passport office, as you can see here. I was able to get my passport the same day, and I want to show you exactly how I did it. It is a procedure, all right? You have to be really smart about how you're going to do this. They don't just hand in a one-day passport to just anyone, and I know that there's so much delays, and as I said in my previous video, the government is running out of funds, and you have to get your passport at least before June, just because they're just getting stacked up. Everybody's getting their passport now, traveling more because of, you know, the whole epidemic that's kind of slowing down, so people are traveling more. So like the offices were packed full. Now you can't just go and show up, you need an appointment. So I recommend that you guys call. Now try to find out who does one-day passport. Now I know for a fact that Arizona in Tucson, it's not every passport office that offer that. I know that when I was exiting the passport office, there was this gentleman who stopped me and said, do you know that I just came from California? I actually flew down to get my passport, and now my flight back is canceled. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to find something to do and then leave tomorrow, but I'm just glad I got my passport. So there's a lot of people from all over coming here. So I'm lucky. For me, it's a good 2-hour drive, but for a lot of people, they are actually flying in from all over. So that's kind of crazy. But it's so worth it, you guys. But there is an extra fee. It doesn't come cheap. It came up to $190 for me to get it the same day. So it's a $60 extra fee, which is not so bad. But then the picture was about $19. I went to Walgreens for that. So that he asked me, do you want a passport or a book? And I'm like, well, I want the book. But he goes, there's 2 types of book. We have the book that you have, which is about this thin, and then he said we have the other book which has more pages in it. And I'm like, okay, well, he goes, especially if you're a flight attendant and you travel a lot. So I said, yeah, I'll take the one with extra pages. How much is it? And he's like, it's free. So you guys, if you go for your passport, get the one with extra pages. I don't know if you see the difference here. There's a lot more pages. So apparently when you do travel overseas or whatnot, they take a whole page. So when you travel again, they'll take another whole page. So once your passport is fully stamped, you need a new one. And I'm not going through this again, right? So definitely the way to do it is to just grab your thicker one. Maybe it's not going to fit as comfortably in my little passport, you know, so who cares? I'm going to have it for 10 years. It's such a good investment. It didn't cost me a penny, and I have more pages. Why wouldn't I do that? So now there's a difference between a passport book and a passport card. Now the card, you can use it to like cross from the US to Canada, or ships, anything that's to do with the ground or floors, anything in the plane, you need your book. So if you know you're not flying anywhere and you just need it to go from one place in the land to another land place, then you can get your card. It's called a passport card. If you know you're going to be flying, definitely get this, or you can get both if you want, which I don't understand, because why would I get both? If I have this, I can do all that. So I don't get it. But so once you go there, they'll take your old ones. They will put 2 little holes in there just to let them know that, hey, you cannot use it anymore, and they'll give you the new one. Now the whole process took me about, well, an entire day. It is right now 4:30. I'm just heading back home. My appointment was at 10:30. Got there a little bit late, unfortunately, but they still took me, and I made sure to call to let them know, hey, there's traffic, everything's happening here. The weather was really bad too, so visibility was 0. So I told them I'm going to be late, but they said it's fine. As you know, we're glad you called. So if you guys are going to be late, call, because it was a 2.5-hour drive, and I'm not going to drive them for them to say no. So when I got there, it was very chill. It was one person at a time. You go through security, they pass your stuff under the X-ray machine, then you go into the office. Like I said, it's per appointment, so he actually looks you up to see if you do have an appointment. So make sure you bring your appointment. Make sure you bring all of your printed documents, which you can find online, which is your application. Make sure you bring your little photo, and not just any photos, you guys. It has to be a passport photo. You can get that at Walgreens or CVS or your your local pharmacy. Even FedEx, I think, offers it. But yeah, get your professional passport photo. It's really fast. They take a picture, they download on their computer, they lighten it up, they zoom it in, and you're done. They print it out. The whole process took exactly 10 minutes for them to do, and they charged me about between 16 and 19. I know there was tax and whatnot, but and they put it into a little booklet, and you have two. Now they'll only use one photo. The other one you can keep for yourself or throw it away. In my case, I hated that photo, so I throw it away. But it's something I'm gonna have to live for 10 years, darn it. Every time I fly. But the process was really quick because they're very organized. They know who's coming in at that time. You're waiting in line. They call you. You go and give out all your information. They tape it together, or kind of stapled it together, and then they tell you to go to another counter. You go pay the money, and then they tell you it'll be 2 to 3 hours before we can give you your passport. So go do something or sit in the office, whatever you want. So I decided to wander off and just kind of go eat something and come back. What I forgot to tell you guys, it's really important. Make sure that you have your itinerary. Okay, they will give you a passport the same day if your itinerary is within 14 days of travel. So let's say you make your appointment today and your travel date is like 15 days from now. That won't work. It has to be within 14 days. Now, me being a flight attendant, see, this is where I come in to give you some advice. I can book myself. So I booked myself and I put that I was going to Costa Rica in 2 days. Yes, I did. Now we do fly for free, but when it's international, even if it's on our own airline, we have to pay taxes. So I paid the tax. But wait, listen to this. I try to find a destination that would actually be international, because it has to be international. So international, that's cheap. So I did Cancun, I did Costa Rica, I did I did all of the places that my airline goes to. That isn't too much money because I have to pay for a round trip. Because they do ask you, when are you leaving? When are you coming back? Let me see. So you need to have that paper. So make sure that you print that out before you go. Again, picture, application, and your itinerary. Just have everything with you. And obviously they're going to give you a booking number or like a confirmation number. Make sure you have that, because the guard, when you come in, will ask you for that. But yeah, so he looked at my paperwork, he looked at my confirmation, and he goes, oh yeah, you're gonna need a passport now. So I'm like, yeah, because I'm leaving soon. I mean, technically I could have, because yeah, I've already bought the ticket. So basically you can keep your reservation and go on that trip, or you don't have to, and you can cancel it. Now the beauty of when you're non-revving is that you can cancel it and get your refund immediately. Well, I mean, it's going to take time. It could take 3 to 5 business days, but my point is you get it back. You don't have to go through customer care and blah, blah, blah. You just purchase it. You don't go. Here's your money back. Basically, so I did that. I think it came up to $76 for my trip, round trip to Costa Rica from where I live. And that was kind of a deal. So they didn't look at the price, although the breakdown was there on the paperwork. They didn't look at that. They were just looking at the confirmation of where you're going and what's the date. So they don't really care. So if you are a flight attendant and you guys need your passport ASAP, $60 extra. Make sure you bring itinerary, book yourself somewhere, okay? If you want to pay more because you are really going somewhere, then do that. I wasn't going anywhere, but I needed it now. And the only way that you get a passport the same day, you guys, is if you have a international flight within 14 business days of you being seen at the passport office. So I had to do what I gotta do. Yeah, and it worked. Okay, so I'm really excited. This is why I'm sharing this with you, because you might be in the same position and be like, oh my God, Shelly, how do I get it? A lot of people have waited 8 weeks, up to 16 weeks to get their passport. A lot of you are applying and want a passport right away. Well, now you know how to get it right away, or get it the same day. I hope that's gonna help one of you or many of you to actually get your passport expedited the same day. Again, you can look up online to see what documentation you need and the passport application. But as soon as you call the passport office, they will ask you where you're at, and then they'll try to find an office that can give you the same day, and they'll ask you, have a booking. Are you flying internationally? Yes, yes, yes. And they will try to find you a place where you can get it done the same day and what you need. So they're going to email you basically everything that you need to bring with you. So I took a screenshot of that just in case my internet wouldn't work or I wouldn't have it on my phone when I needed it. So I took a screenshot, and yeah, I mean, it's really, really easy, you guys. Just show up with your confirmation, walk in, and it's done. It really is, just as long as you have all your paperwork, or else they'll deny you, so you don't want that. All right, guys, I hope this was informative. Definitely get your passport, you guys. Jump on it. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Click the notification bell. I have many videos regarding flight attendant, travels, coaching, you name it. I have it all. If you guys are going to training, congratulations. If you guys are in training, congratulations. If you guys got your CJO, I am so proud of you. And now I don't think you guys can see me because of the light. But either way, I am so proud of all of you guys. You're making your way to your dream job, and if I can help in any way, coaching or doing your resume, contact me, flywithshelly@gmail.com or flyingwithshelly.com. All right, guys, see you. Bye.